When I started, I thought that my intro would be like a Mark Maron style, like 10-minute just ramble. Let me tell you about me and you'll get to know me. And that was like the first version of the show that I sent to Jeff, and he shot it down right away. And he was like, what is this? He was like, maybe someday you will buy the trust to do that. But he's like, just like, if you're serious about this, you should script some of this. That was a huge impact, a huge change. And it's like not easy. I have probably a 5-minute intro to every episode of the show, and it's between 500 to 800 words. It's a full blog post that I script for the intro of these shows, and then I do voiceover throughout it at times, and then I do an outro. So that's where you're meeting a lot of me, is in the intro and the voiceover and the outro. But also, here's the thing about voiceover that people don't think about. I selectively use voiceover when I sound like an idiot. Like if I ask a guest a question in a way that does not sound very good, does not reflect well on me, the guest is always gracious and they answer it really well. But I can cut my real-time interview question out and script and record a better voiceover that leads into the response, and I sound like a genius. Conversely, like if I did ask a question in the interview that sounded really smart, I can leave that in. So like you listen through, and it sounds like we have a ton of rapport. It sounds like we're connecting really well. And sometimes it's actually like super awkward. Of course it is. You don't know this person. But the way that I produce it makes me sound well prepared, and like I want to make a good impression through that. But I also try to like really, smile through the microphone. I'm thinking about that consciously even as we're talking, and we'll go through like a 2-minute stretch here where I think, man, that was a really low energy couple of minutes. Like, why didn't I add some inflection or like smile along the way? Because that resonates. The listener doesn't care about being true to the interview. They don't know what true is because they weren't there for the interview. Like, they want to listen to something and enjoy it. So how can you like make that to be true? Editing and post-production. You can control that. You shouldn't make edits that change the context and make the guests sound like they're saying something that they're not. Of course, don't do that. That's really skeezy, but you can certainly clean things up and make them smoother, make them tighter, make it easier to listen all the way through. Like I try to make my shows less than an hour long because I think there's a psychological trigger that comes with like clicking play on something that's less than an hour versus more than an hour. But I also want people to get through it and be like, dang, it's over already? Like, I wish that was longer.